will the next Xbox get announced? This month in the bonus round, we're here at GDC 2013, breaking down rumors of Microsoft's next system with Michael Pachter, Jeff Gertzman, and Andy McNamara in the bonus round. We're back here in the bonus round from GDC with Michael, Andy, and Jeff talking about the next supposed Xbox that's coming out and what's going to happen later this year with all the big console companies. Let's take a look back, though, at the Xbox 360 as a platform, what it did well, what it didn't do well. Andy, you guys mentioned in the last segment that Sony sort of did not do as well with the PlayStation 3 as they probably wanted to. The Xbox, seemed to finish up pretty strong, and I think for a lot of gamers became a sort of de facto system that you would buy your games on with things like achievements, the Xbox Live, that made a big difference. When you look at it, what did Microsoft do right with the Xbox 360? What was the big defining factor?
I mean, it was their
Was it being
software.
first, or
I think it was their OS. I mean, I think and the other thing too, they had a headset built in with the unit when you bought it. Which like when you look back on it, it's kind of silly. But the fact that they were headsets in every single unit sold was a big part, I think, of Microsoft's success, because people knew and could play online with their friends and interact. And instead, at the beginning of the PlayStation 3 era, I mean, it was like a dead zone. You'd play a multiplayer game and you'd have a headset and be like, "Hey guys, we're going over. Hey, anybody? And they created a bad experience, right?
So really, you're saying the online experience was a differentiator?
Well, not just an online experience. I mean, the funny thing is that I think Microsoft started out right, saying like, "Hey, we're going to make X and A. We're going to promote indie games." Like they had all the messaging right, and then they just failed at it. And I think that's the one thing they did too. Like they went into this generation with tons of developers making premium games for them. You know what I mean? Like going big. Yeah. And then they scaled back, and they gave us Halo, Gears, and Forza, right? And kind of repeated every year, back and forth. And they, like Sony, even though Sony was losing this battle, Sony was out there innovating, making new games, pushing their market and their system. That, I mean, truthfully, they really got to fix their OS. Their OS is bad. Like the cross media bar does not work. And
we still don't have a lot of answers coming out of February about how the OS is really going to work and what that.
They showed us that one
like.
Image,
right?
Yeah,
with real names, although I guess those apparently are optional now. Jeff, for you, I mean, what was Xbox 360? I'm sure it's probably the system that most of the guys at Giant Bomb probably play more than other systems. Would probably be a fair thing to say, right?
I think it ended up that way.
What did they do? Was it that they came out first? Was it that it was achievements? I mean, I
think a lot of that ties into it. They came out, they came out first. Their online stuff, even though you had to pay for it, it was just a sound setup that worked. Yeah. The achievements kind of, early on we had competitions going about okay, who's going to get all the achievements in this terrible, terrible game. Just to further that battle.
Last Airbender, baby.
Yeah. Well, that was easy. It was full auto. That was the one where you had to slog through that damn thing. Like, oh.
Wasn't there a Naruto game that you just put it in and it gave you like a
instant 1,000 points?
Yeah,
so I feel like there were good things that they did, but then Michael, I'm interested in your perspective on what they did well, and also looking at Kinect, which I think at the end of the day may not have been the strongest thing that they did. At least, with gamers, I don't know, but I mean, was that a big success for them, do you think?
No, but Microsoft, this is everything I know about Microsoft is based on their history.
Right.
They're signaling you. They put Kinect out to see if people would buy it, not to sell it. They don't actually care. They put it out to see if people would actually respond to it, and it worked for a couple of games, Kinect Sports and Dance Central. Kinect's going to be in every box. Count on it. The next machine, every box comes with Kinect. Nobody would actually develop a game that used Kinect because everybody didn't have it. So what's the point? That's going to happen next cycle. What they do right, I mean, you said it, you guys both said it, XBL works, online works, and more than just that it works, there's a community there. And once they had the community, they kept it alive by doing really stupid, tiny little things that everybody ignored, like Call of Duty add-on content, download packs, exclusive for 30 days. Yeah. Now all your friends are off over there playing Call of Duty, you aren't playing yet. They say you got to get an Xbox. You can't even think of the PS3 because it doesn't have the DLC. So they just kept it alive. It reminds me of Google Plus and Facebook. You'll never join Google Plus if all your friends are on Facebook.
Yeah.
You're not going to sign up for PSN if all your friends are on Xbox Live. So I think online multiplayer was the killer app for this last generation.
Yeah.
It's actually the reason Nintendo has no prayer the next generation.
Right.
Because they have no install base of that, and they're starting from scratch, and it won't work. And Sony, to their credit, got it right very late, but they got it right.
Yeah.
Now, come on, I mean, I know you mock them, but multiplayer
they got it about
works.
as right as they can get it
works.
within
It works.
the confines of the
I
system.
agree with Jeff.
And then you know, as you guys were dissing the Xbox, not the OS, but the games, and you were saying that, you know, they said great things and then didn't execute. That dashboard change mid-cycle.
The new Xbox experience. Yeah.
Really, I forgot what it's been so long. We did a show on that.
Exactly.
It changed it for me. Like, I actually used to hate all the freaking blades and stuff,
yeah.
and now like I look at it, I know how to use it, I know everything is.
It's great, all those ads, like you can just get like marketed to with all this like World of Warcraft,
but
like
I don't
selling me PC games on
I
my
don't
Xbox.
mind. I don't mind though. But I know I had to close it, get across it. But I was with Jack Buser like a year ago, and he's showing me PlayStation Plus, and I had to like take notes of how many menu drop downs to get to before you got there. And then I'm seeing all this shit that I never knew existed because it's so freaking hard to find. So yeah, I mean, and Sony, the idea that they never figured that out, that they never just scrapped it, that's kind of weird.
All right, guys, we'll hold that thought. We're going to be right back after this break.